so here's a little bit more information. So as I told you, I said I know they didn't go to your house and they normally would have last night. They didn't have a last name. So it wasn't until we spoke to our counselor, who was the one who apparently this had originally been reported to. But she says the report she got was not the same report that she gave the police.
On the 29th.
What?
She gave that report on the 29th.
The student says they reported to the counselor on the 29th. I am waiting for the counselor's statement because she is not here,
Okay.
she had to leave. But when I talked to her, like in a brief passing this morning, she said that is not what was told to me. Told that they were having an issue, and you know, she gave us the name
Do
obviously.
we know who it is? Do we know?
So you were talking to this girl the other day at lunch.
You said you guys
I was saying,
all happened on Monday.
So who have you been talking to a certain girl during lunch?
My cousin and some other girl, I forgot her name.
I think it's that other girl who's friends with one of them. Who's friends with one of them?
Hmm.
So Corporal Hoppel does have a case number.
On the back is the police. Police.
Came to me yesterday. He's being been threatened by a 7th grader that he was going to fight because that's.
He just told me that quickly this morning. He says this is about the 7th grader. I said I don't know anything about a 7th grader, but
Well, and that's the thing. I don't know if you were here last month. He now has this red flag on him, bullying him. We have antagonizing him.
Did you?
I'm asking him what I'm supposed to do about this because he. Cool, which is fine.
This was last month.
Yeah. And now all this havoc is coming up because he is not.
Was I?
I couldn't be more proud of the fact. But he shouldn't be. I don't care the fact that he did. The fact of the matter is that he was. Come on now. It seems like there's starting to be a little bit of pattern that's getting a little bit ridiculous. Where we are going to follow through and file a formal complaint because this is absolutely unacceptable.
Are they friends now, or what's the situation?
Now that I know of, but then he says he has a 7th grader now threatening to fight him,
he
and
doesn't
then I
know
get
that he doesn't know the name. He said he
I
said
know a
some
person that
girl.
knows the name.
right, and then I get
Yeah,
all
I'm going
this
to talk to her
shenanigans.
today.
And that can be investigated with that, in terms of the admin side of the school side things.
Well, and that's, I'm not so much worried about the legal part of it. It's the school issue that I'm having issues because I'm literally going to Annapolis and trying to figure out what to do because literally apparently the school is not capable of handling my kids. Like has issues. We all know this. You can. They've grown up together. They're the same age. Like he had.
I'm sorry that you feel that way. I don't Nobody in our school's intentions is to label him at all. We
Well, if you were
The
supposed,
paper that we were supposed to sign.
yeah, the paper I was supposed to find that I didn't sign.
With anger issues
And
violent
violence.
behavior issues, which is not the truth.
That's what Mr. signed, and he told me you were going to call me back about it
For
because
the
I was
responsible actions program.
He is guilty of defending himself. He doesn't have violent behavior. He doesn't have aggressive behavior. He doesn't like.
now if somebody else is threatening him,
Flagging this up because they sure as shit did.
but I want to know if
Do you think, and I think the phones are also a little bit of an issue.
and I get that, but 90% of the phone use issues happening in your school. I can go through his phone and everybody else's phone that I can, and text messages and videos and everything, why they're here.
Right, and they're not supposed to be on. Yeah.
Well, but nothing's happening.
That's the school.
So you can tell me this.
They'll But so this other situation, we are going to talk to both of the students who apparently are aware of this threat that was made at lunch.
Right, but my question is, if it's a police report, her name is in the police report, right? So I can find out who this kid is.
That's a juvenile, so you won't be able to get a copy of it.
Okay.
And I can't give you
cannot
that
give it,
information.
I have another question.
I mean, I gave you there's a student he has gone over to talk to.
Is it possible you can give me the name of the person that said I got guns and knives in my
That's what
backpack?
I'm trying to figure
That's
out.
what mom's talking about. That's what mom's talking about. So we cannot give you those statements, those students' names. I can take their statements and 100% share what I do find. That's what they share with the SRO. My counselor, which I'm still waiting for a statement from her, said that is not the information she received about Aiden. And she thinks that they're friends, from her standpoint. But I think also parents are on edge. I don't know if did you ever make a joke about killing? Did you talk about death? You never have talked about death or killing.
Not threaten anyone, not make anyone feel threatened.
Have
Never.
you ever, even if that wasn't your intention,
Never.
have you never talked about death or killing? You never said either one of those words.
The only time you'll hear death or killing come out of my mouth is hunting.
Okay. Do you talk a lot about hunting at lunch in front of kids?
No.
Okay. I'm trying to think of where this would come from. Okay.
Mm-mm. And the only time
Because I think sometimes people are very on edge, right?
Well,
With
and I get that,
what's
but-
happened recently in our country, so I think
And I
if
get that, but
someone
my issue is too,
went home
like,
and
anybody got
Alright.
this girl in the office like,
yeah,
why are you saying this?
that
I-
girl husband was
Me,
involved in that past
the
situation.
town
So we're moving forward about this situation right now. So
Yes,
we need
but
to
the issue
talk
is I
to.
can't move forward with this situation if I'm not knowing who it is. So can you give the other kid's parent my information to call me? Like how do we resolve this?
I can definitely ask. I
Because
can
a parent
100% ask if that parent will give you a call. They contacted the police, so I don't know what their level of concern is. And the student is not in school today. I can share that.
right?
I
The counselor's not here either.
I think I know who that is.
Who is it?
Are you talking about like the woman that sits at my
I need to see a picture myself of what Hopple has,
I'm got it.
but I
Are you thinking about?
No,
friends with some of the girls you previously mentioned. That's all that I can share.
I know someone in the
Clear about that. We received a threat. We have to follow up with him. You know, we will continue to investigate. If I find out something new, I will obviously call you, but there is no consequences
And I get that, and it's
for him.
pointless on the school side. On your side, what do we do about falsifying a police report if it's not actually done? Because literally, there's no consequences at the school if anything happens.
Which incident are you talking about?
That's
No.
what, Chris?
the one with my guns in my
What,
book
Chris?
bag. Like that.
I know, but there's a police report that's done on it, so
With the one that guns in my book bag now.
Well, that's your word versus theirs, right? I mean, we have to document and record what we're being told,
okay.
and
Yeah, you walk
and-
in my book bag. I have nothing deadly there.
No.
and that's what happened, and that's, you know, that's where we leave it, right? We brought you in, we investigated it, you didn't have anything, that wasn't the case. But we have to do our due diligence, we have to do our job.
The people who were parents at the table, all right, and find out kind of what was said.
That was the with the people at the school that didn't do their job. Again, my question, and I'd really like a real answer, not an excuse, is why was my son searched and why were his parents not notified immediately?
So
I don't care that there was, oh, well, this and that, and there's another issue. No, my son was searched. That's fine. I don't have an issue with that. I believe that I'm unaware of it. I don't have a problem with that. The search came up negative. That his damn parents weren't notified. He had to notify.
hear what you're saying. Hear what you're saying. I was calling you the second I could, and I know you feel like that's an excuse, and I hear what you're
2 hours
saying.
later, 2 hours later is not the second you could. That is unacceptable. 2 hours later is absolutely unacceptable for a time frame for you to make a phone call to his parents while he is being searched by the police.
The police, to be clear,
The police did not, I
search
didn't
him.
search him.
Whoever searched him said, hey,
And we
your
don't
son has
search-
a dangerous weapon and may want to kill people.
Yeah.
2 hours is unacceptable for a parent to be notified.
And we do not
That's
search
cool.
him on his person. We just check his bag.
But-
I don't care if you check this goddamn shit. Okay. Notified. Your job. That's what. His parents should have been notified.
So I know you don't want to hear any of the excuses about what I had immediately, like almost during the same
Were you-
situation.
You do your job.
Hold on, Chris. Who went through his book bag?
Me. I
Okay.
looked at his book bag.
Clearly your phone's in your hand.
And even before you knew he was coming down to search his book bag, he could have stayed right in front of him instead of touching his book bag, calling us, let us know, his parents, a minor, what you're doing.
You were waiting for him when the bus arrived.
Yeah.
So
we
why
boarded
didn't you
the
call
bus.
while you were
So
waiting
you
for the
can know
bus?
ahead of time. Don't give me that bullshit that you didn't have time to call me, that you didn't have time. That is absolutely ridiculous.
You can keep yelling at me. There's nothing I can do in this moment to make the situation right.
An official complaint with the Board of Education, with you personally.
That's fine.
Because you handled it, and we will be done with this. Megan, get Aiden out of school. This conversation, nothing else needs to happen. Get Aiden, stop wasting everybody's time, and get him home.
Alright, babe, I'll call you when I get back in the car. So, I don't know where we go from here, but
We will, as I said, we have to talk to the other students that were at the lunch table.
I mean, he's on camera. I see him on camera talking
Right.
to who reported it. So just to let you know.
I know who reported it.
All right.
So, and I will call you with an update with, with what information we got from those students.
Okay.
But there's,
Who do I talk to about yanking him out of physical school and putting him on virtual? The issue is now, not only does he already have issues, we already know he has, not to be mean. We're working with that. We've been seeing a doctor for years about it. My thing is, his scarred in my eyes, taken off the bus with now everybody is coming to attack him because he's this bad kid that everybody wants to show that they can deal with him. Is my opinion. And that's how it's going to be. I can tell you right now. And I was yanked off the bus by a cop and
I was
searched.
the one who got him off the bus, not our police officer, not Corporal Hopple.
I stand off to the side and
Yeah.
I kind of just shadow.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, either you said you and the cops were waiting for him at the bus, so I figured.
Yeah, no, just sideboard.
Either way, the message I got from him.
I said we need to
And
talk
this
to you, bud.
This is how his processed it and how he's going to be scarred now from it was as he's texting me from the bathroom because he's scared to come to anybody in the school because he thinks he's a problem child. I can't even get him to go to the office to call me. I get a text message at 9:56. Someone called the cops on me. Mom, answer. I said, what are you talking about? Call me. I can't. I'm in the office and call me. I can't. I got off the bus and got pulled by the principal and the cop. Where are you at? I said, answer your phone. I can't. I could if I would. I'm going to get in trouble. Go straight to the office. I can't. I have to ask my teacher and she won't let me. So clearly, the kid is cowering in the bathroom, scared to get help from anybody in this establishment because he has been labeled and been yanked off the bus. So now, not only do I have to fight with him to come to school anyway, because he doesn't want to get in trouble, because he doesn't want to miss basketball, but now I'm having a whole different situation because he's labeled. And nobody's worried about being. Everybody's worried about hurting the bully or the other person's feelings. I'm done with it. So unless somebody can tell me a strategy, now he's
I
gonna
mean,
have
in
to deal with
terms of
this.
how he's emotionally doing, we can definitely. So that is who we have in terms of like emotional. About how you take him out. Virtual school, you can definitely call. I don't know that they're accepting students at this time.
My mother-in-law is head up in Connection Academy, so if I have to put him in that,
Yeah. you
Anne
can
Arundel
take-
County will be paying for it at $1,200 a month.
So the other option is to homeschool him.
Yeah, that's what Connection Academy does.
Academy.
I can't. I have 5 kids. I have 3 probably in the car screaming right now that are my friend.
Oh, okay.
That
I was
is-
like, oh, you could have brought them in.
There's no way I can bring all 3 of them in here.
Okay.
I have to run to Southern
Yeah.
High School.
Yeah, he has to go cover at Southern High School.
You're
You have
good.
any questions
I
for me?
have your phone. I have your number. Like I said, I'm more concerned on just trying to find out who it is to try to resolve it, to get to the bottom of it, because I feel like here we're one-sided.
And that's
No.
that's not true. It's not, because I am more than willing to take whatever report and take him for.
We're out on the street. They're fighting, and you can
Do you want?
now.
Okay.
I'm fine. Y'all chill now, y'all. Is he in basketball with you?
But if you want to talk to him, I have his number.